Welcome to this tutorial on PowerShell script parameters and the Param block. In this video, you'll learn how to define parameters at the script level, making your scripts more flexible and reusable. By the end of this tutorial, you'll understand how to create powerful, customizable scripts that accept input from users without modifying your code. Let's dive in and master the Param block. Script parameters are values that you pass into a script to customize its behavior without modifying the code itself. Think of them as placeholders that allow your script to work with different inputs each time it runs. Parameters make your scripts reusable across different scenarios, so you don't need to write multiple versions of the same script. They provide flexibility without requiring code changes, and they enable input validation and error handling to ensure your script receives the correct data. Parameters are essential for writing professional, maintainable PowerShell scripts. The Param block is a special block that you place at the very beginning of your PowerShell script to define all the parameters your script will accept. It acts as a contract between your script and the user, specifying what inputs are expected. In this example, we define three parameters: a string parameter called name, an integer parameter called age, and a switch parameter called verbose. The Param block tells PowerShell what kind of data to expect and how to handle it. This structure makes your script self-documenting and easier to use. Let's look at the basic syntax of a Param block. It must be the first executable statement in your script, even before any comments that aren't part of help documentation. Here we define a computer name parameter as a string, a port parameter as an integer with a default value of 8080, and a force parameter as a switch. Notice how we assign a default value to port using the equals sign. After defining your parameters, you can use them throughout your script by referencing their variable names. The script logic comes after the Param block, and you can access the parameter values using the $ followed by the parameter name. PowerShell supports various data types for parameters, and specifying the correct type is important for validation and functionality. The string type is used for text values like names or file paths. The int type is for integer numbers without decimals. The bool type represents true or false values. The switch type creates on-off flags that are commonly used for optional features. The array type allows you to pass multiple values as a single parameter. And the datetime type is for date and time values. By specifying data types, PowerShell automatically validates the input and converts values to the correct format when possible. You can assign default values to parameters, which act as fallbacks when users don't provide a value. This makes your parameters optional and your scripts easier to use. In this example, if the user doesn't specify a server, it defaults to localhost. If they don't provide a port, it uses 8080, and if they don't specify a protocol, it defaults to HTTPS. Default values are especially useful for common configurations, allowing users to run your script with minimal input while still having the flexibility to override the defaults when needed. This approach balances convenience with customization. Parameter attributes add validation and control to your parameters, making your scripts more robust. The parameter attribute with mandatory, set to true, forces the user to provide a value for that parameter. The script won't run without it. The validateRange attribute ensures that numeric values fall within a specified range. In this example, port must be between 1 and 65,535, which are valid port numbers. You can combine multiple attributes on a single parameter to create sophisticated validation rules. These attributes help catch errors early and provide clear feedback to users about what values are acceptable. Here's a complete example that brings everything together. We have a server name parameter that's mandatory, so users must provide it. The port parameter has a default value of 443 and validates that the value is between 1 and 65,535. The useSSL parameter is a switch that users can enable or disable. After the Param block, we use writehost to display the values that were provided or defaulted. This demonstrates how to create a professional script with required parameters, optional parameters with defaults, validation, and switch flags. This pattern is commonly used in production PowerShell scripts.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.